So first, I'm going to give some presentation, a 30-minute presentation about this English degree program at SPSE, and then we will have a 5-minute break, and then Professor Kellam is going to give us a mock lecture. Yeah. I'm really excited about that, about democracy. And then you will, so you may leave in between the two parts of this session. So during the five-minute break, you may leave here. And and also this session is recorded, apparently, and it will be on a university website. And also, if you have any questions, especially about any questions about admissions, please don't ask us here, but please go to the basement, the library, because there will be individual booths to answer your questions. Yes. Right. So shall we start? Right. So I'm Kohei Kawamura. I'm the Associate Dean for International Affairs at the School of Political Science and Economics, and I'm in charge of the administrative side. I also teach, but also in charge of administrative side of the English degree program, and Professor Kellam there is mainly in charge of the academic side of our program. So, right. So let me introduce to you a little bit about this school. So the school was founded at the same time as Waseda University, 1882, and then so the School of Political Science and Economics has always been there at Waseda. But the English degree program was established in 2010, 9 years ago. And then there, we offered the degree in political science, degree in economics, and degree in global political economy that I will describe shortly. So that means that next year, we will celebrate the 10th anniversary of our program. And, yes, by the way, Waseda, or SPSE, took the first international student in 1884, only 2 years after the establishment of the university. So you see how international, I mean, how Waseda University has always been an international university since its very beginning. So our English degree program is going from strength to strength. So we've started off with a fairly small program with only 30 students in a cohort each year, but now we have about 100 students each year. So in English degree program, there are about 400 students at the moment. And the quota, the number of students who enter the School of Political Science and Economics is roughly speaking 900 or 950, something like that. So about more than 10% of the students at the School of Political Science and Economics study for the English degree program. Now, what we do, so what's so important, what's so special about this school is that we offer specialized degrees, in particular specialized degrees in political science and economics, and what we call global political economy. Global political economy is essentially a double major of political science and economics. And another important feature of our program is that our curriculum is fully comparable to universities, in the top universities in the US and in the UK. In particular, it has to do with the type of political science and economics that we teach here. So we put quite a lot of emphasis on quantitative methods. So if you're familiar with economics, for example, there are two ways of studying economics. One without math or any numbers, and one with math and numbers, statistics. And generally speaking, economics is more serious. I mean, so any serious courses in economics or any serious program in economics in all around the world are based on these quantitative methods. So you will see a lot of mathematics and statistics. And it's increasingly similar in political science as well. So political science also is becoming more and more quantitative. And exactly that's what the kind of political science and economics that we teach here. So because of this, I can say that the kind of political science and economics that we teach here are fully comparable to the political science and economics taught at top universities around the world. Another important feature is that our faculty members, professors, have genuinely international experience. So most professors, including myself, got PhDs from leading research universities outside of Japan. Not only that, many of us have taught outside of Japan. As I will mention later, I taught in Britain for 9 years, for example. So we have experience. We know what the curricula outside of Japan are like, and we use this knowledge and expertise to develop our curriculum. And also, we offer fully bilingual program. So that means that most courses in political science and economics are offered in both languages. So that means that, well, the number of students is much smaller. The number of courses in economics and in political science are essentially the same. So you have nothing to lose by being a student at EDP, English degree program. So in those courses, as I mentioned earlier, we emphasize core methodological skills, mathematical statistics, game theory, experimental methods, network analysis, and so on. And our emphasis is also partly because of our belief that economics and political science and economics can have a genuine and also fruitful interaction, conversation, through these quantitative methods. And our graduates have done really well, so they do really well in a job market. Again, this is something that I will talk about a bit later. And also, they have fantastic opportunities for further studies. So many graduates from the EDP stay in Waseda for further studies, or many of them went outside of Japan for further studies, to study at top universities around the world. So what I mean by specialized degrees. So, for example, so we believe that political science and economics have genuine synergies. I mean, a lot of synergies between the two disciplines. For example, if you think about any social issues, crime, discrimination, unemployment, whatever, quite often they have a lot to do with the economy of the country or of the region. So it's very important to understand the economic side of any social issues that you can think of. So economics is important, essentially, to understand what is going on, what are the roots of the problems that you're interested in or you're concerned with. But when you want to improve the current situation, when you want to address these issues, then you need to think about policy. And even though I can come up with a sort of, a way, I say, suppose that I can calculate what the income tax should be to improve society or income distribution or the GDP and so on. Even if I can calculate the ideal optimal tax, income tax, for example, there's a separate issue as to how to implement it. Because first, politicians have to decide, have to agree on the tax rate, and these politicians have to be elected by people, citizens in a country. And also politicians, even if they agree on the tax schedule, then they have to negotiate with the bureaucracy of the government. So there's a lot of political issues involved whenever you think about policy issues. So that's why even if you do a degree program in political science and economics, you study both political science and economics. But if you do a degree in political science, then political science, you do more of political science. And if you go for a degree program in economics, then you do both, but you do economics more. So BA in global political economy is, as I said, like a double major. So that means that you study political science and economics with equal balance. Okay. So those are the 3 degrees that we offer at SPSE. And because we have specialized degree programs, we don't teach many disciplines. We only teach 2 disciplines, political science and economics. But within these disciplines, we have lots and lots of courses. So in political science, you have courses like political communication, Japanese or political thought, public administration, international security, and so on. So all sorts of courses in political science. And again, all sorts of courses within economics. So that's our strength. And also students can take courses offered by the Graduate School of Political Science and the Graduate School of Economics as well. So in fact, many 3rd and 4th year students take not only undergrad courses, but graduate courses as well for more advanced materials. That will make a good preparation for further studies outside of Japan, and also for master's program here, because if students take these courses at the graduate school while they are undergrad, they have more time when they are master's student, graduate student, for their thesis. Right. So as I said, let me talk a little bit about who we are. So as I said, what distinguishes School of Political Science and Economics is the fact that the faculty, professors, have genuine international experience. So here, Professor Marisa Kellan, so she did a PhD at UCLA, and actually she taught at Texas A&M University for 6 years. And she teaches contemporary political analysis and comparative politics of developing countries. These are main courses that she teaches. And another professor is Satoshi Shimokawa. He's a Japanese guy, but he did his PhD at Cornell University in the US. And he was an assistant professor for 6 years at HKUST, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. He's a specialist in food economics. So we have courses on economics of food. And myself, I should be here, I think. I'm actually a graduate of Waseda, and I went on to Oxford University to do a PhD in economics. And so I taught at Oxford and also at the University of Edinburgh before coming back to Waseda as a professor 3 years ago. Okay, so I teach Introduction to Microeconomics and a course called Law and Economics. Right, and we are very excited about new recruitments as well. So these are the professors joining very soon. Patrick DeJeanette, who is now teaching at National Taiwan University. He's joining very soon. And he's a specialist in behavioral economics and experimental economics. And for political science, we're going to have Professor Jack Seddon, who is currently teaching at Queen's University Belfast in Northern Ireland, and he's joining next April. So not only we have international faculty, but also we are expanding on that front. So we are able to recruit very good scholars, professors like them to Waseda. So faculty is international, and also student body is obviously international. So we have students from 24 nationalities, and there are four biggest countries in terms of our student body. So 30% come from China, 25% from Japan, roughly 20% from Korea, and 14% from Taiwan. And they consist of more or less 90% of our students. But the rest is quite diverse. So Indonesia, United States, Thailand, Hong Kong, and so on. So it's a very international environment, both in terms of professors who teach and also students who study here. We have strong ties with top universities around the world. So you may already know that Waseda University has a lot of exchange programs, exchange schemes with top universities around the world, in the US, especially in the US and Europe. And the School of Political Science and Economics has its own exchange programs with those universities, National Taiwan University, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and the Free University Amsterdam, Tilburg, and so on. And for those students who want more sort of Japanese experience, experience in Japanese society, we offer special internship programs at such companies as Mitsubishi, Mitsui, and Mizuho, and Daiichi Life Insurance. So for these internship programs, students can take credits by working at these companies for 2 weeks. Okay, so this is the schemes that we have, and we select students to send to those companies, and we can count their work, our students' work, as their coursework. So this is something that you can do here. And also, we offer our own scholarships as well, quite generous ones by the Japanese standard. And we offer these scholarships before you enroll at the School of Political Science and Economics. So, employment. Well, Waseda is generally quite good at good in terms of employment. I mean, graduate employment. But you see these companies where our recent graduates went to. And in terms of further studies, you see these top universities. I mean, it's only from 2014, and we have our graduates who went to these excellent top universities around the world: Yale, Chicago, New York, LSE, Cambridge, and so on. And I'm pretty sure that this portfolio would improve even further in coming years. So again, our graduates have wonderful opportunities in the industry and also for further studies as well. Right, so let me talk a little bit about new developments as well, so developments that would happen very soon. Well, curriculum reform is going to be fully implemented from this coming September. So we did a major reform of our curriculum to reflect this international trend and also student feedback. So now EDP students and JEDP English degree program, students at English degree program and students at Japanese degree program study under exactly the same curriculum. So it's just that which course, in which language, it's just about in which language students take courses. In fact, we, if anything, encourage our EDP students to take courses in Japanese as long as they're comfortable with the Japanese language. Of course, we don't make them compulsory, so we don't require our students to take any courses for the Japanese language, or we don't require any proficiency in Japanese. What we require is a proficiency in English. But on the other hand, many students study Japanese before or after they come to Waseda, and many of them become comfortable with the Japanese so that they can take courses in Japanese, and we do encourage that. And also, we encourage JDP students at the Japanese degree program to take courses in English. And we hope that that would create interaction between international students here and also Japanese students here. So we're also improving upon student experience in general. So Waseda is not just, I've talked about academic programs so far, but Waseda, some of you may know, is not just about studies. Waseda is also about a wide range of student experience that they have in and outside of their classes. So recently we are trying to improve student experience outside of their studies. And for that, we are now having a better student-staff liaison. So we have a student forum where students come together and also then say whatever they want to say to us professors. I receive a lot of complaints from our students, but it's good. I mean, I want students to express themselves. I want to identify any issues or any potential improvements from communication with our students. So we are having a better system in place so that the faculty members and students communicate better and know each other better. And also, our admission standard is getting higher. I hope it's not going to discourage you in any way. But that also means that you'll be studying with excellent peers from all over the world. So the quality of teaching has been going up, and also the quality of students has been going up. Another thing that I'm working on is what we call 3+1 consecutive degree programs. And I'm in negotiation with a few universities in Britain so that our students can study for 3 years to get a degree, which is possible, by the way. So we have a early graduation program. So if you take enough credits and if you satisfy certain criterion for your GPA, you can actually graduate within 3 years, although the program is for 4 years. And for those students under this program, they have this opportunity. I mean, they have a slot. They will have a guaranteed slot at a British university. I cannot tell the name yet because it's not been signed. The agreement hasn't been signed. But then they can study there for 1 year for masters in economics. So in 4 years, under this program, students can take both bachelor's and master's in 4 years. And the final year of this program is going to be in Britain. And also, we are developing now a new brochure and new website. I'm sorry that they're not ready yet. We are working on them really hard, but they're not ready yet. But they're going to be available soon. Right. So But first and foremost, I think what I'm proud of is a close association between students and faculty members. So we have many small, we have big classes like this, compulsory courses for those degree programs that I described are going to be big, like this. But on the other hand, we have many small classes like these, and there we encourage students to have informal interaction with their professors as well. So it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun interacting with students in small classes. I know you can see sort of some of that from these pictures. And if you go to, say, top universities in Britain or in the United States, well, professors would teach big courses, but typically when it comes to smaller classes, you'll be likely to see graduate students or teaching assistants teaching these small courses. But here at Waseda, at SPSE, professors teach small classes as well. So those are the opportunities for students to develop quite often sort of lifelong relationship with your professors. And we genuinely enjoy this kind of interaction with students. For example, our semester finished 2 weeks ago, and right after the end of the semester, I went for a sort of dinner party, so dinner with my seminar students. There were about 12 of them. Yeah, so, and we had okonomiyaki, this Japanese pancake, Japanese-style pancake, in a restaurant near Takatanobaba, and we were cooking on a table, and that was quite a lot of fun. Well, with some alcohol for me. Okay. Right. So, if you have any questions about admissions, well, there's a website. Our website provides still. I mean, the whole website is still under construction, but the information on admissions is precise and accurate. Okay, so please visit our website. And also, if you have any particular questions, please go to the basement to have individual meetings. So our website is here. So we're going to have a 5-minute break now, and then you'll see a mock lecture. So thank you very much.